Soccer is supposed to be the cheapest sport on earth. You need a ball, some open space, and two objects that can pretend to be goalposts. In much of the world, kids learn the game in streets, parks, and local clubs. But in America, reaching the highest level may need something else. A credit card, club fees, uniforms, tournament fees, private coaching, flights, hotels, weekends spent driving to another state. Also, a 10-year-old can play another 10-year-old who couldn't be found anywhere closer. At the elite level, families now spend $8,000 to $20,000 a year, sometimes more, which creates a strange question. Is America finding its best young soccer players? Or is it finding the best players whose parents can afford to keep paying? Whenever the United States disappoints at a major tournament, the same debate returns. America has 330 million people, enormous wealth, modern stadiums, millions of kids who play soccer, and the men's national team still can't consistently compete with the strongest soccer nations. People blame the coaches. They blame Major League Soccer. They blame American sports culture. But underneath it all is a more uncomfortable problem. The path from kid who likes soccer to elite player often runs through money. Recreational soccer stays cheap, but the moment a child gets labeled talented, the price starts climbing. That's where the world's simplest game becomes a surprisingly expensive American industry. Imagine your child is 8, fast, loves the ball. The local coach says they've got real potential. Then comes the invitation. Not to a pro academy, to a travel club. Better coaches, they promise. Better opponents. A better shot at getting noticed. First it's registration, then the uniform package. Home kit, away kit, warm-ups, bag, a jacket, and a replacement set when your kid grows 6 inches without permission. Then league fees, tournament fees, field fees, coaching fees. Then travel. One breakdown of a real soccer family's spending found $330 a month in club dues alone. Add travel, gear, and private training, and the total passed $10,000 for one child in 1 year. That's not a one-time payment. It repeats every season for most of a childhood. Nobody held a meeting and decided to make soccer expensive. The system grew piece by piece. America already had a path for developing athletes. Play locally, play for your school, compete for a college spot. That worked for football and basketball, where schools supplied the teams, coaches, and fields. Soccer didn't fit that mold. The school season was short. Serious players needed more matches than a school could give them. Private clubs filled the gap. But clubs are businesses. Coaches, fields, insurance, referees. Someone has to pay for it. In most soccer countries, that someone is a club, a city, or the federation. In America, the bill went straight to the parents. That's pay to play. The family became the customer. Youth soccer became the product. At first, travel soccer made sense. The best kids in one town needed tougher competition, so they traveled to find it. Then, every town built more teams, more tournaments, more showcases, more national rankings. Parents were told the next opportunity might be hundreds of miles away. America is simply too big for this to be cheap. A club in England can find strong opponents nearby. An American team might drive 3 hours to face a club at the exact same level. Travel also became a status symbol. Local sounded recreational. Travel sounded serious. National sounded like your kid was 1 weekend from being spotted by Real Madrid. Even years before they needed to shave. An entire economy grew around this. Clubs need revenue, tournaments need entry fees, hotels need guests. Most of these people aren't running a scam. But the system has gotten very good at turning parental hope into recurring revenue. Talent doesn't check household income before it shows up, but opportunity isn't handed out evenly. A gifted kid might have a parent working nights, unable to drive to practice, no car, no safe field nearby, a family that can cover registration, but not the flights and gear that follow. A scholarship might cover one cost and leave 5 others untouched. This matters because elite scouting happens inside the paid system. Scouts show up at academy matches. College coaches show up at showcases. Clubs recruit from other clubs. A player who can't buy into that network stays invisible. Not for lack of ability, but because nobody with a clipboard was ever in the room. Most excluded kids wouldn't have gone pro. Neither would most of the wealthy ones. That's not the point. The point is, the system filters by income before it ever filters by ability. In most major soccer nations, professional clubs treat young players as investments. The club pays for coaching, facilities, and medical support, because a talented kid might eventually reach the first team or get sold to another club. Barcelona's La Masia is the classic example. Families don't buy a place there. Players are chosen because the club believes in their potential. American pay-to-play sends the money the other direction. The family pays the club, not the other way around. That changes the incentive. A club funded by investment needs to find good players. A club funded by parents needs enough paying families. Those goals can overlap, but they aren't the same thing. To be fair, foreign academies aren't perfect. Kids get cut young, sometimes with little warning. Free training doesn't guarantee a happy ending, but the basic principle is different. Elsewhere, the system invests in the player. Here, the family invests in access to the system. There's another reason parents keep paying. College. No club promises your kid will go pro. That would sound ridiculous. Instead, they sell something that feels realistic. Exposure, showcases, college contacts, maybe financial aid. Suddenly, the club fee looks less like an expense and more like an investment. We're paying now, so our kid has options later. But roster spots are scarce. And the bill arrives years before the outcome does. A family can spend a decade driving to tournaments and land nothing. By then, quitting feels like throwing away everything already spent. That's the sunk cost trap. So they pay for one more season, then another. No. Killing club fees tomorrow wouldn't make the US the best soccer nation on earth. America also has fragmented governing bodies, coaching quality that varies wildly, a geography that makes competition inherently expensive, soccer competing with basketball, football, and baseball for the same athletes. US soccer itself says participation has stagnated and that a large share of kids quit by their early teens. There are real exceptions worth naming. Some MLS academies train players for free. US soccer's talent identification centers cost nothing for invited players. MLS Next now requires clubs to offer some full-cost scholarships. These help. But a free academy only matters if a kid can reach it. A free scouting event only matters if someone already knows the kid exists. The fix isn't turning every 8-year-old into an elite athlete. It's closer to the opposite. More places to play cheaply, locally, and often. More community fields. More school-based programs. More trained neighborhood coaches. Less unnecessary travel. Real support for families without transportation. More professional clubs willing to fund development instead of waiting for parents to. Scouting needs to move toward the players, not the other way around. A kid shouldn't need a plane ticket to reach the room where talent gets discovered. US soccer's current strategy at least names the problem. Whether it turns into anything measurable is the real question. America doesn't have a shortage of kids who love soccer. It may have a shortage of affordable paths for them to follow. The next great American player might already exist. In an apartment parking lot, a schoolyard, a neighborhood organized clubs rarely visit. They may not need another expensive tournament. They may just need someone to notice them. Because when access depends on money, the system isn't only asking, how good are you? It's also asking, how much can your family afford? And until those two questions get separated, American soccer may never find out how much talent it's been leaving on the sidelines. And if you want to see what happened when America tried to change the World Cup itself, watch our previous video, when America tried to fix the World Cup.